Let's look at the overall here, and that is that you talked about creation and the forces, etc. So creation is a particular, okay? It's a something, okay, that is needed, that is provided, just like when we were young, we needed diapers for a while, okay? We really did. Or we ran around naked and we just did whatever we want, like the animals. I mean, some indigenous people live like that, and that's fine, whatever the thing is, but we're in the social structure. So the real battle is to get through ourselves. That's where the battle area is. It is in creation, but it's not the marketing ploy again of the controllers. The controllers have made, have gotten people to agree to the idea that, oh, we need armies to protect ourselves from those people over there, okay, that are going to attack us. All right, so this is started off one way and another, and it's become what it is. So yeah, there's the battle, but that's an outside battle. If we're going to use the word battle, and that's fine too, it's really confrontation. The real battle is with ourselves to decide if we want to sidestep what we've created for ourselves as restrictions and hindrances. There's the battle. The outside battle is easy. Anybody grab a rifle. That's why people go through boot camp and all that hell to go out there. Hey, they didn't want to go through the boot camp, they'll do it. But the thing is, just give me a rifle, let me just go shoot somebody. That's easy to do. But to face yourself, there's the real battle. And to recognize, all the restrictions that you've agreed to, and then eventually learn to recognize the is. Whoa, that's a big challenge. And no, there is no finale because creation will go on. Creation has always been. There's no beginning or ending to creation. Okay? You might say it transposes, it transforms from this to that to whatever. Just like you see the clouds in the sky. Some days it's clear, sometimes there's clouds, and they transpose and they turn into different shapes and whatever. I mean, this is how it is in creation. You have cause and effect. And so even with all that's going on, it's all okay because it's all about recognition. And so whatever it takes to wake you up. So here we are in dastardly, beyond dastardly situations with the world. Everything's poisoned, polluted, and it's a plan. It's not even coincidence or, gee, sorry, we made the mistake. Oh, we spilled this. No, it's so precisely planned to be this and more. Okay? So again, the elites that have created this, the original reptilians, they create this situation. They have fun creating too, and all these things and whatever. But at a certain point, just like a gang of guys sitting around the fireplace and drinking, and all of a sudden they decide, you know what? Let's just blow up the place, okay? Because we're bored. And so this is what they do to planet after planet after planet. And, also that, all of a sudden there's a lot of people here that have created their social structure, the buildings. You look across the United States, you look across the world. Look at everything that's been created. They didn't do it. They got everyone else to do it with the monetary system. And then what they do, like the bailout with Obama, they go in and they steal it, is what they do. It's all rigged. But at a certain point, they get bored. They really get bored. So now they start to destroy things, don't they? Just like the guys, just like the people, the men, women, whatever, that go to the beach late at night. I see them as I ride my bikes out there. I see the cars parked along PCH. And you know what they do? They go out there, some of them, they drink, they do drugs. And then all of a sudden you hear bottles crashing. They throw the bottles on the walls out there on the pavement, and people step on them, little kids, whatever. This is what they do because they're bored. These are bored people. Because they're here and they're also frustrated at the same time. The real battle is recognizing the is. When you really get in tune to do that, to really step up, to realize that, yes, it becomes a much bigger picture, much better. But in the meantime, yeah, this will continue on. And again, I've said it, we're here for everyone. We really are. But it's not me deciding anything. It's a presentation, like the sun shining. This is exactly what it is. The sun demonstrates so many things that you can recognize that have such value. And the real value of life is invisible. So you can be this reality once you decide to be, but as long as you decide to be just the personal self. So you can stand in a pure body. You don't need the 5 bodies, okay? But in the meantime, until you can't, you do need them for support as something to relate to. But again, you decide the adventure. So, this thing, this outer thing is control. You see it now. You understand it. The rules, the laws, the Constitution, all that. Oh, those all sound good. Words stuck together in a particular way. Okay. Kind of like the game of Scrabble. All right. You make up the words or you don't. I always used to make up words, and I'd kind of cleverly convince others, oh, no, that's a real word. It's just not in the dictionary yet. I'd have fun with that. So anyhow, it's all funny stuff. But yeah, so people have been convinced that just like you see it in the movies and the Bhagavad Gita or whatever, and all these writings about this battle, and even in the Bible, the angels and the devils and the demons and battling. No, that's to confuse people. That's to get their outer one-dimensional attention to a particular, so they never really look at themselves, you see. So everybody just carries all these invented ideas that are really cliches that they live by, and at the same time agreeing to the system that they're subconsciously being controlled by. So for the first time, realistically, instead of just, even Paul, he brought things out, but it was the first step. It was very elementary. He couldn't get to this point because basically nobody had listened. So he gave people the chance. He started off with the God and spiritual idea, but upgraded it with the isness that was unseen and the real guidance on the real side, you see, more so than the basic religions. But now we're into a point that we're facing oblivion here, and all those people that came here to learn to recognize this isness, they ain't going to have much of a chance. They're going to be stuck in the astral world like the Fukushima people, and they're going to be all screwed up for lifetimes and having to come back to this even worse situation on this planet. Very, very real, because they ain't got nowhere else to go. They can't see it, or unless they're motivated. A few may, but most won't. So my adventure, this is where it becomes like a romantic adventure, is because it's a love affair myself, a real love affair with the isness. Life is, I see it. And so I'm willing to take this on to see, because when I see a person step up, I look at their being, I look at their intent, and I want to see if they'll recognize realistically what we're doing. Yeah. That's where that pure sincerity comes in. It is so awesome. And when people do, and I see it in them, and they're trying to see this, it's terrific, because that is the real us. And that encompasses everything more so. And then, you know what? The difficulties in creation become very minuscule. And eventually they just fade away like the fog in the sun. So yes, we have this huge challenge and this battle. Again, it's not really a battle. It's really deciding to simply recognize what makes sense. But these extremes have been created, just like in the movies today. You have the superheroes, you got all the superhero stuff, and they're always battling evil. Well, this is where they want your attention. Now, I like these movies too. Some of them get a little bit too weird, but if they make sense and they've got a good storyline, because I see objectively what's taking place, because people are involved in this and they are, obsessed with these things, just like the video game kids all over the world and the competitions they have. They're obsessed with these things. And really what this stuff does is promotes them into a demise. They don't realize it. They just think it's a fun video game. No, it's really more than that. There's a hidden agenda to everything here. Not just some things, everything. They cover all the bases, and they take a look at what the masses are after or agree to, like the Bitcoin thing and all that. Again, it's all created by the same individuals that control everything, but they try and make it look different or this or that, and people buy that, and they see what people agree to, and then they set up the next situation according to that agreement, is what they do. It's a psychological mishap here. People keep agreeing instead of learning to recognize the isness and being objective about what's going on, and then at the same time stepping up, having the courage to provide a benefit from all this distortion. See, I like that. I like the confrontation because that's where you become more aware. That's how you earn your way. That's how you prove yourself, not pretending that, oh, that's bad and I'm not going to deal with that and I'm going to hide from that and I'm just going to be the good person over here. No, that's not it. That's far from it. It's a cute idea. It's another cliche. But no, this is facing everything. But it's not a battle. See, that's the best part. It is not a battle. But they want you to think, you see, Charles, that it's a battle. But it's really not.